Taste of Tuesday, Chapter 1. The Flavor of Sound. Leo didn't wake up with a ghost in his house. He woke up with a glitch in his tongue. It started when his alarm went off. Instead of hearing the beeping, he tasted bitter copper on the back of his throat. When he turned on the faucet, the sound of rushing water tasted like stale peppermint. He went to the doctor, but his vitals were perfect. The T in the medical world for this is synesthesia. Synesthesia. Excuse me, synesthesia. But this was something more aggressive. By noon, Leo wasn't just tasting sounds, he was losing the ability to perceive the world as anything but flavor. He saw a red car drive by, and his mouth filled with the taste of rotting strawberries. He touched his wooden desk, and his ears rang with the sound of a shattering cello. The world was rearranging its data, and Leo's brain was the only hardware trying to process the new code. Chapter 2. The Chef of Shadows. By evening, the physical world began to dissolve into pure sensory input. Leo walked into his kitchen, but he didn't see a room. He saw a cacophony of flavors. The refrigerator was a hum of burnt toast. The window was a view of cold ozone. That's when he met the chef. The figure wasn't a monster. It was a tall, shimmering entity made of translucent geometric shapes. It stood over Leo's stove, but it wasn't cooking food. It was seasoning the air. It held a jar of low-frequency vibrations and sprinkled them into the corner of the room. Instantly, the corner of the room didn't just look dark. It tasted like unspoken lies and old velvet. "You're early," the chef vibrated. The sound tasted like warm honey and rusted needles. The transition isn't supposed to happen for another 3 generations. Your nervous system is impatient. Chapter 3. The Recipe for Reality. The chef explained that the world isn't solid. It's just a specific recipe of sensory signals that humans have agreed to see as matter. But the recipe was changing. The universe was rebranding, shifting from a visual tactical interface to a chemical acoustic one. "You aren't being hunted, Leo," the chef whispered, pouring a liquid that looked like static into a bowl. "You are just the first person to see the ingredients before they are mixed." The chef as a Leo flavored breeze drifts through the hallway, trying to tell them what the color blue actually tastes